This is our junk cupboard. No, not a drawer, a cupboard. We committed. We said, let's just cram everything in here and hope for the best. Shocker, it didn't work. After 2 hefty builds in our primary bedroom reno, the closet, and the feature wall, your girl needed a win. Something quick, something satisfying, and something that didn't involve cutting all the plywood and doing all the geometry when my head hit the pillow in the evening. So today, we are transforming this chaotic cupboard into actual usable storage, and we're doing it for under $100. And honestly, it turned out so good. Okay, so this started because I could not handle opening the cupboard one more time to see everything piled on top of each other. This cupboard has a random assortment of things. Chip bags, water bottles, extra lunch kits, my food processor, cookie cutters, and those giant Tupperware containers that you can't fit anywhere else. And then there are the keys, like so many keys, some of which we genuinely have no idea what they open anymore. Most people have a junk drawer, and we have a junk cupboard, and frankly, she deserves better. Also, I knew we had extra drawer slides from the kitchen update that we did in 2017, just collecting dust underneath our stairs. So this makeover is mostly about using what we already have and an extra $100. Today's theme, small project, big payoff, minimal spend. Let's go. Everything is just living over here right now. So that's like water bottles, lunch kits, big containers, small appliances. Probably gonna go through some of the water bottles, but I want to do that with my kiddos. So this is becoming like my project basket. Everything that goes in there while I'm working on a project. Now I'm going to deal with the keys, wipe out the cabinet, take all the screws out that were put in to hang, and then I'll probably patch the holes. Looks better already. Let me be the first to tell you that hockey stick tape is not meant to be used to label things, but yet it's seemingly my husband's go-to. So now I'm gonna have to remove that nasty like adhesive. See, it just like leaves the whole tape behind. All right, the screws are out, just a few in there. All right, now that we've knocked that down, we're gonna use some dry decks. Don't buy it in the tube. I much prefer it in the container. Kind of lucked out because when we reconfigured our kitchen and painted our cabinets, we changed from a single wall oven to a double, so I have 2 pullouts with the slides and the rails, which I can reuse in this cupboard. Okay, the great thing about this stick tape is it's so dusty and crusty, I can just scrape it off. Okay, so we are back at the junk cupboard today after some time off. Well, I was off. I got tired of having all those keys on the counter. So off camera, I decided that we would store the keys up here, and I just put them on with 3M hooks. So that part is done. And today I need to sand down all the holes I filled, and then we're gonna unbox the double pull-out garbage can that I purchased and get that installed, and then finalize the layout, so how many pull-outs I want, and go from there. So let's get to it. That is pushed all the way back, and we probably have like 6 inches here. We have room on this side for things. I want to figure out what I'm going to put beside it before I install it, because that will determine whether this pull-out garbage can is gonna go close to the door or over here. There's hinges where the door is that we have to work around. And from when we reconfigured a few cupboards in our kitchen, I actually have 2 extra slides. So they are wider than this cabinet. So I'm just gonna cut them down to width. Won't have to buy anything new for 2 shelves. Unfortunately, I only have 2 of these extras. I had a friend look into if these connector pieces were still around. I mean, this kitchen was built like 25 plus years ago, so he could not find anything similar. So my options are I can either do 2 shelves that look exactly like this and match the rest of the interior of the cupboards, and then mix that with 2 like plywood shelves or just create 2 new ones. Or I can snipe a couple others from another cabinet so that this cabinet looks cohesive, and then do something completely different in another cabinet. So to help me determine what I need to cut down those extra drawer slides to, I'm going to measure the inside of this cabinet. I'm gonna put a laser measure on my Christmas wish list. So we have 27 1/4, 25 1/4, and then the difference between the cabinet width and the shelf width, 2 inches. So all I have to do now is measure the width of our junk pantry and minus 2 inches off that measurement, and that is what I will cut the extra shelves down to. 18 5/8, which means I need to cut this extra shelf to 16 5/8 wide. Okay, before I can cut anything, I need to unscrew the corner posts, and then I'm also going to unscrew the drawer rails. Now I am measuring it to 16 5/8, and I'm gonna make a line through there. Now I considered cutting this on my miter saw, and then I decided my table saw would be much more accurate and easier. So that's what I'm doing here. Now that I have it cut down to width, I'm going to reattach the drawer slides and disassemble the rails. I can reassemble the one side. I need to cut down 2 of the 4 rails because our depth didn't change, but our width did. So I'm attaching these 2, and then I'm going to measure the front and the back rail, cut those down to size on my miter saw, and then reassemble the rails and screw in those corner posts. So I want to show you, for every 1 drawer slide, there are 5 spacers and 5 screws. So what happens is this is the slide that goes against the cupboard, and this is a spacer that goes in between the slide and the wall, or the inside of the cupboard, sorry, to give room for hinges and as well as the cabinet door while it's open. So the spacer will go between the slide and the cabinet, and then this screw goes in and through like this. Oh, lost the spacer. Only about that much is supporting and into the cabinet. I would like a little bit more because I have room for more, because the one side against the fridge is double paneled and the other side is against a wall, so it's also double paneled. I would like to do something like this that will give us a little bit more length and therefore a little bit more support. Now the only thing is I have to make sure that it sits flush enough that there's no problem getting the pullout in and out. So I'm gonna try with these. These are 1 1/4 inch screws. These are 1 that came with them. If you're ever using these drawer slides and you find it confusing, they are marked. You can see right there, it has DL engraved, and on this one, DR. So those are drawers. Those ones go on the drawer. And the R and L stand for right and left. And the same thing for the ones that go on the cabinet. You can see this one has CR for cabinet right, CL for cabinet left. When I'm cutting down the shelf, I mark both sides with DR and DL. And I'll lose 1/2 to the table saw, and then that way I'll just easily be able to match up the other one. So here's what I meant by there's a double panel. You have this panel and then this panel. So I have lots of room here to do the extra quarter on the screw. And this one also is double paneled here because it has this panel and then this panel as well. Whereas over on this one where we've had trouble, it is like 2 panels, but then you can see you can't go further because those 2 shelves there are at the exact same height, so you can't go deeper with your screw. To install the cabinet rails, I'm marking and measuring the height at the front and the back of the cabinet, and then using my level to draw a straight line. Then I put the cabinet rail up and mark out the holes. Then I drill pilot holes before I install the rail. Usually start at the front. That spacer makes it a little bit tricky, but I do the front and the back, and then I can kind of wedge the spacer in and find those pilot holes. Moment of truth to see if it fits. Oh, look at that, Kate! It works! We got some storage. The whole thing comes out, and it goes up. Now that we know it fits, we can repeat the exact same process with that second extra slide we had on hand, and then we have to get creative for that third slide. Yes, you read that right. We are going to steal a pull-out shelf from this cupboard here. Now, this cupboard has given us troubles in the past. The top pull-out I have had to repair about 3 times now. The slide on the right has come away from the cabinet a few times, and I don't know how else to repair it. So this was a prime opportunity to just take it out of this cupboard. We'll keep our most used small appliances still on that bottom shelf, and I'm going to make a custom Tupperware organizer to replace the shelf that I stole. So now we're going to install that third cabinet rail into this pantry. We have all our rails installed. Now that that's done, we are officially ready to install the garbage can pullout that I purchased. Now this is actually going to be used for recycling, not garbage. So it was a super easy install, only 4 screws and 1 box needed to just hold up the garbage cans while I installed those 4 screws right there. Now that we have wrapped up the install of the pullout garbage can, it is time to organize this cupboard. It has gone from a chaotic junk cupboard to a beautifully organized cupboard with 3 pull-out shelves and a pull-out garbage can. I mean, that transformation deserves a like. So hit that like button if you are feeling as much satisfaction watching this as I am doing it. I cannot tell you how much joy this brings me. Everything has a place, nothing is piled, things slide out like a dream. And the best part, the whole makeover cost less than $100 because we used materials we already had. If you like this quick win project as much as I did, be sure to hit that like button. And this is your reminder that your next project does not have to be big to be worth doing. Sometimes the small wins are the ones that make you feel like your home loves you back. And now that this is done, we are officially mentally and physically prepared to take on the next big project in our primary bedroom reno, the DIY floating vanity. It's happening. Subscribe so you don't miss it. And I'll see you in the next one.